If you clicked on this video, it's because you want to learn how to unclog your nose, get your nasals unstuffed. If you were like me at all, I had it really bad. When I was a kid, I can never breathe through my nose unless I had some kind of inhaler that I got from my mom, one of those little nose sprays. And then only then, I can only breathe through my nose just for a minute. And that was my whole childhood. And then one day when I was like 22 or something like that, I was like, I want to figure this out. I want to learn how to breathe through my nose. My nose was always stuffed up every single day. And so for months, I tried different experiments. I tried no dairy for an entire month. I tried no wheat in addition to that for another month. I tried other herbs like echinacea and all kinds of things. Anything I could find my hands on in books from nutritionists, people at health food stores. Nothing would help until I figured this out. I went to Barnes & Noble one day and I found this book. It's by a doctor named Dr. Vasant Lad, and he studies Eastern Indian medicine. And this book is called Ayurveda, the Science of Self-Healing. It's a practical diet guide. This is just a really simple book. I've read, ever since I found this out, I've been reading about Ayurveda non-stop. I got books and books and books. And this is what made me believe in Ayurveda, which is a health system. Tells you what diets are best for your body type, and I never get sick. I always feel good. But the other day, I had not saying you should do this, but I had too much ice cream. My nose is stuffed up again, and there's only one way I know how to get rid of it. Now, I'm not saying you got to do this every time your nose gets stuffed up if you have ice cream, but I had a lot of ice cream, so it was a cheat day. Anyways, like I said, when I was a kid, I could never breathe through my nose, and I figured it out, and this is what works. And like I said, don't do this every day just because you ate too much ice cream, whatever. I'm doing this. I made this video because now my nose is stuffed up, and I was like, hey, I want to share this with some people that I know and everyone else around the world that has this problem, because I had it just as bad. Now, there are, if you are pregnant, or if you have a medical condition or whatever, I wouldn't suggest this because it does put a little strain on you, but it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, there's also some, this technique also helps congestion in the lungs and a few other ideas. But anyways, pick up this book if you like this or whatever. If you're interested in reading at all, Ayurveda, this book right here, this guy is great. He actually has a school in New Mexico and teaches this stuff. So let's get down to it. You want to learn how to unclog your nose. Like I said, I had it very bad throughout my childhood, every day, never breathe through my nose, and I figured this out, and this is the one thing that does work. And you're going to want to brace yourself because it's not pretty. And so, two things you got to do. Well, first thing, you do this first thing in the morning. You can't eat anything first, for obvious reasons, which you'll know. So it's about 10 o'clock, I just woke up. It's my day off. And so to unclog your nose, a lot of it is due to bacteria and just toxins in your stomach. And so what this doctor suggests to do, and what works, is to do what's called therapeutic vomiting, which is why you have to do it first thing in the morning. You don't want to do this after breakfast or after lunch. Do this first thing in the morning. You get some salt, some sea salt. I got some pink sea salt right here. I'm gonna grind this down, but if you can get the sea salt without the grinder, but that's just what I got because that's what I cook with. You get some water, make some sea salt, make some salt water, because this is gonna make you throw up. And, I would think about a tablespoon of sea salt and about 2 cups of water will give you enough consistency, enough salt to make you want to vomit. And now, this is the best way, I swear. And so, what you do is you drink this, about 2 cups of salt water. After you drink it, it's gonna kind of rumble in your stomach a little bit. If in Ayurvedic medicine they have what they call kapha, it's gonna aggravate the kapha inside your stomach. So if you're into Eastern medicine, you might know what I'm talking about. So it's gonna rumble in your stomach a little bit. It's not gonna hurt or nothing like that. It's just gonna kind of swish around perhaps. And After a few moments, you'll have to you'll throw up automatically, or after you've waited, say like maybe 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes tops. If you're not like vomiting, or if you're not getting that feeling you're gonna vomit, you might not have had enough salt in your water. Or what you might have to do, if there was enough salt in it, and I mean salt, like if you feel like you're drinking ocean water, like that's how the consistency needs to be as far as like salt in water goes. And so after you drink it and you wait a few moments, if you're not already gonna vomit, if you're not feeling that feeling, all you gotta do, you gotta stick your finger down your throat, rub the bottom of your tongue in the back. Say in the back of your tongue, just rub the bottom of it, and like you'll just throw up automatically. It's just like it's like a little trigger, and so it's like a little switch. As soon as you touch a certain part of your tongue, you're gonna vomit, and so and it's gonna come out as water because that's what you had. If you're not throwing up food, it's not gonna be an uncomfortable vomit. Like say if you just ate or you drank a bunch of vodka or something like that, it's not an uncomfortable vomiting, which I guess you can say, because like sometimes that sucks, so it's just water. There's no food that's going to get stuck in your nose, or like if you had rice, that's so gross. Anyway, so that's why we do this first thing in the morning when your stomach is empty. You're gonna throw up water, and like I said, it's really easy to do. It's not uncomfortable, but because vomiting does put a strain on your muscles, that's why if you're weak, if you're young, if you're old, if you're pregnant, I wouldn't suggest doing this. Make sure you're healthy enough to handle vomiting. All right, so this is what happened. So the first time I did this when I was 22, and this is what's going to happen if you're in a similar situation. And so like say once you vomit, mucus is just going to start coming out of your nose. It's going to just start draining, and so it's drain, and so it's going to come in like it'll be in streams, just like vomit, like mucus will be coming out of your nose, and like you just wipe it off or whatever. But like as you vomit, it's going to keep coming. It's going to come out depending on how severe, how much mucus you had in your nose. And so as you're vomiting, you're going to have mucus. You're going to clean it out, just like wipe it away with a tissue or whatever. And then like the vomiting only takes a couple seconds. It's not going to take long to do it because you're only drinking a cup of water. And so that's step one. Make sure it's first thing in the morning, get some salt water, about a tablespoon of sea salt and 2 cups of water. Drink it, vomit, mucus comes out. Step 2. Now this is easy too. Now what you do for step 2 is you get some clarified butter, which is ghee. And this is basically just a really healthy form of butter. I would not suggest using, I can't believe it's not butter, or any other kind of butter out there. Clarified butter is different than all other butters out there. You can't really find this, it might be half and half, depending on how classy your grocery store is. This will not be there. So if you're like what are those places called? I got this at the Co-op, and this is at Trader Joe's. I'm sorry, this is Trader Joe's. What's that other store? I don't know. There's a bunch of, if you got like a healthy type grocery store, they'll probably have ghee. Where's my lens? Ghee, ghee. Usually it will be up at the top, but this one's Trader Joe's version, clarified butter. So what you do is you get some clarified butter, and then what I like to do is you melt it down just a little bit. You just take a little bit of this. This one's actually already a little bit liquid on top. But anyways, if it was winter, and if this was hard and solid, I would basically take a little spoon, scoop some in it, and warm it up over a stove. Like hold it over a burner, whatever. You can find other ways to do it. That's what I do. I put it in a little spoon, put it on a little burner, put it on top of a burner, not on top of the burner, but just right above it, maybe a couple inches above. Let it warm up so that way it melts. Okay, so what you do after you vomit, after your mucus comes out, after you cleaned yourself up a little bit, you get that butter, you melt it down, and then you just put your little finger in it and massage the insides of your nose. And then that's going to create moisture inside your nasal passages. So you do that, you massage the insides of it, and plus massaging the inside of your nasals, according to the book, of Ayurveda here that I showed you earlier. Massaging your nasals is going to release emotions, because sometimes I guess emotions get caught up in your muscles and stuff like that. And so massaging your nose is going to release some emotions. It's going to, like, whatever you've been hanging up in there. And so you're just, it's not like an emotional release of any kind. Like you're not going to start crying or nothing like that. So, or getting angry or whatever. So you you massage the inside of your nose. The book says to go clockwise first, then counterclockwise second. I don't know which direction they're talking about, because if I'm facing this way or that way or which way is clockwise. Okay, so massage inside your nose, and then I also take a couple of drops of ghee that are still melted or whatever. You might have to melt some more, but then like tilt your head back and just like with the spoon or however you find best. I don't know what kind of instruments you have around, but I just use a spoon because it's easiest. And then I just like drop a few drops into my nose on both sides, and then I'll kind of inhale it so it goes into the back. And then I might go lie down, just so that way the ghee can like run down to the back of my nose, the top of my nasal passages, and then it kind of like lubricates the passages. And so this works. And then, like I said, like I did this when I was 22. I went my whole childhood not being able to breathe through my nose until I was like 22 years old. And so this works. This is the only thing that's worked. You know, so if you try going through non-dairy or wheat, and ever since then I've been able to breathe through my nose. But this past week, like 2 days ago, it was my cheat day of my diet, and I went a little too crazy with the ice cream. And I know that ice cream, because it is dairy, is going to have a lot of like other like bacteria possibly and stuff like that. I mean, that you not know about. It's not like I was eating moldy ice cream. And so, but basically there's just a lot of crap in ice cream, in dairy, and especially if it's cold. So, but anyways, I don't do that every day. And I'm not saying use this technique every day because you want to eat ice cream every night. You know, I'm just saying if you need to unclog your nose, this is one way to do it. And I only do this maybe once a year, just for like, say if I do some maintenance or whatever. But this is not something I do every day. This is something I do like once, twice, no more than 3 times a year if I really need to. But you know, I after you do this and you're able to breathe through your nose, like I've never really had any problems. The only time I ever have problems is like if I do something stupid, like eat a whole carton of ice cream. And so stay away from the ice cream, or at least limit it, maybe even eat. So that's another video. Anyways, this is how to unclog your nasals. Hope this works. Be safe if you're pregnant, sick, old, if you're young. This is for someone who's healthy and can handle vomiting. And hope this works for you. I promise you. Well, and also if you have deviated septum or something like that, I believe that might be a cause of a different problem. So I'm saying if the problem is like backed up mucus and like in your sinuses, like I can't blow anything out of my nose. So nothing's coming out of my nose. It's all caught up in my sinuses, like beneath the skin perhaps. So that's this will help that. So if there's any other reason why you can't breathe through your nose, like a deviated septum or something else like that, like, I mean, there's gonna be other solutions for that, but this is gonna help with the mucus problem in your sinuses. So if that's your problem, here's your solution. And no more nose sprays. And like I said, this works, and you know, you can go months and months and months and not have to do this again. So until you do something like eat a carton of ice cream. So anyways, thought I'd make a little video to help everyone out, because I've been there for years and years and years, and if I can help you out, that'll make me feel good. And you too. Alright, see you soon. Subscribe to this channel if you want to learn some more stuff.